What's happening, y'all? This is Paul, also known as the Philly Flipper, coming back here with another video for you guys. Those of you who maybe are new to my channel don't know who I am. I am a full-time reseller here in the Philadelphia area. I sell on eBay, Facebook Marketplace, local and online, Mercari, and Poshmark. I'm starting to dabble into other platforms as well. Thank you for coming to my channel. So I have a different kind of video for you guys today. I've been selling a lot of stuff locally recently, and I've been like sparingly talking about my local sales in recent videos, talking about what I sold things and how I can flip such things as couches, microwaves, appliances, electronics, and stuff like that. So I've been getting a lot of questions on local sales and how it works and how one can get started and tips and tricks and stuff like that. So I decided it's time for me to make a video about that. So I made a really quick top 10 here, tips and tricks for those of you guys who want to get started in local sales, and hopefully you guys can use at least one of these and be more successful with it. So what I use local sales, what I use the local marketplace for is I pretty much sell furniture. I sell art. I sell larger bulky items that I don't want to ship. I sell electronics, so I sell gaming systems, I sell appliances, big and small, storage, shelves, racks, filing cabinets, all that stuff I sell locally. And I've been having some pretty good success with it. The day of my live stream, actually, the day of my 24-hour live stream, I couldn't go to take a nap because every single hour I had somebody that was coming to buy local stuff from me. And I think I made over $1,000. And I made over $1,000 just that day on local sales. So this is definitely a good avenue for you guys to go into if you're trying to find some more sales and more money in your pockets. Without any further ado, here's the top 10 tips and tricks for those of you guys who want to sell locally. Number 1, cross post. Biggest thing I can tell you guys, the biggest thing I would have wanted to know when I first started was to cross post and not limit yourself to one platform. And the ones I use are Facebook Marketplace, Nextdoor, and OfferUp. I used to use OfferUp and Let Go, then they merged to just OfferUp. There's other ones you can use too, but I haven't had much success with it. You guys notice I didn't say Craigslist on the list. I think Craigslist is pretty much dead. It's nothing just but spammers on there, and I haven't had any success on Craigslist. So I used to cross post to Craigslist. I don't do it anymore. It's a waste of my time. I do all the listings on my phone because I take the pictures on my phone, and it's really easy. You can easily just copy and paste your whole description into OfferUp and into Nextdoor and make a posting that way. Let me make another video about local sales later on and showing you guys how to make the perfect listing, and I'll show you how easy it is to cross post to the other things. So number 1, cross post. Facebook, Nextdoor, and OfferUp. Nextdoor is like a Craigslist, but just for your local neighborhood, and it's very safe, and there's no spammers, no bots, no fakers out there. It's all actual people, and it's not that big of an audience, but you'd be surprised how many people are there looking for furniture and appliances and other stuff, and looking to buy things from you. Second tip kind of goes with the first tip, but that's called join Facebook groups. So when you're on Facebook, you can go to groups and you can search for various yard sale and for sale groups in your local area. So for example, I live in Delaware County, so I can search Delaware County yard sale and on my Facebook groups, and I can probably find double-digit amounts of groups that have that are for my county for yard sale posts. Now, yard sale doesn't mean that it's just yard sale posts. It's pretty much like an online local marketplace, and people buy and sell various items there. And what you do is when you search this thing, you just look for the groups with the most amount of users. You join those groups, and you can cross post your items into that group. Again, I will show you how this works when I do my perfect listing video. It's coming out in the future. But you can search by county. You can search, since I go to Philadelphia, I can search Philadelphia yard sale groups, and I join those groups. You can search, I live in a city called Media, so I can search Media yard sale group. There's Drexel Hill here, there's Havertown, there's, just look at local cities that are around you. So if you're like in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, you can join a Fort Worth one, you can join Dallas, you can join Arlington, you can join Plano, any local city that's around you, join those groups. And usually you want to join a group that has at least 10,000 members or more, because that means that many eyeballs see your post. So don't only just post on the Facebook Marketplace, post in different Facebook groups as well. That way you have more and more eyeballs on your items. Number 3, make a detailed post. I see so many posts saying couch for sale, and that's it. And people people will rarely ever buy that couch if that's all you say. People want to know, what color is it? What fabric is it? Where did you buy it? How long did you have it? Is it pet free? Is it smoke free? Is it COVID free? You have to add that now. The dimensions of it, the size, length, width, height, all that kind of stuff. The more detailed the post is, the more accurate, the more people will actually want to buy it. And the more detailed the post is, the less questions you're going to have. Because that's the most annoying thing, is when you just make a post, and then all people reply to you is questions about it. Because you don't really want to answer questions, you want to get sales. So that's why I try to make the post as detailed as possible. So instead of couch, I say black genuine leather couch. If I'm selling a couch, I say where it's from. I say if it's clean or not, if there's a spot that used to be fixed or the spot used to be cleaned. I mentioned that. I always mention the dimensions. That's very important because people want to know if it's going to fit their space. So I always mention the length and the width and the height. I always mention that, and then I put the price, and I always put best offer just because I don't want to make a sale go away. So make a detailed post. That's the next step for me. Don't be afraid to make it longer than it seems. Make a detailed post. If anything, over describe it. I try to be as funny as possible with mine. Put a joke or two, make the people laugh, but make a detailed post. That helps a lot with the local sale. Number 4 is take accurate pictures. Now I'm gonna show you guys an example right now of what I used to do and then what I do now. I built a little staging room in my warehouse where I take my furniture and I present it in a way it will look like it's in the home. So you see before, it was just on the regular street. It was just on the regular floor of my warehouse. It's surrounded by furniture. It looks pretty ugly. It looks like it's in the warehouse. Now I try to make it look like it's in the house. So I put a piece of art down. I put a rug down. I put a table and some kind of plant or something to decorate the item. That way, it actually pops when people search for it. I still sold items in the past when it was just on the warehouse floor, but this way my items move so much faster because of how I guess pretty the pictures are. Now I don't tell you guys to make a staging room when you guys post this, just do a clean picture. Put up against the wall, put up against the wall of your house, put up against the wall of your garage. Don't just take it in amongst the mess and just say, hey look, I have this for sale. Try to present it as clean as you guys can so it actually pops when people search for your item. Next I have is meet in a public space and offer delivery if you can. So this is mainly just for furniture, the offer delivery part. A lot of people can want something, but then they don't have a truck to go and buy and go pick it up. So I always say I can offer delivery for a fee. That way I can give me some work and give my guys some work. I can have them deliver the item for me. But meet in the public space is what I'm trying to target here. Do not have people come to your house. I wouldn't trust people come to my house. Meet at somewhere public. Like I have a BJ right next to my warehouse. I always do meetups there. You can do meetups at like a Home Depot, a Walmart, a police station. Do a public meetup so that way nothing shady goes on. It's just something that's just a safety tip for you guys. Do not have people come to your house. I don't trust people like that yet. So I definitely want people to come to my warehouse. I don't want them to know that I have all this stuff here. Always do a public meetup at a BJ's. It's a tip for you guys as well. Another thing is everything sells. Check your comps. The everything sells part, don't think that no one will buy it. People usually are going to buy it. I used to throw away box springs before because I thought nobody ever bought used box springs. Used box springs I sell usually within a day. I used to throw away furniture that was damaged before because I was like, no one's gonna buy this damaged furniture. Right now there's a huge fad of people restoring furniture. So I sell like scratched up, beat up nightstands, and I call them restoration projects. And people go and they buy them so quickly because people want to restore something and bring it back to life. Same thing with like upholstery. I've sold old upholstery before that was scratched and damaged, and people saying I'm taking up pre-upholstery classes. This is a good thing for me to practice on, stuff like that. So everything sells. And there's a way now on Facebook to actually to check comps to see if the item will sell or not. And I actually saw this on Rafa's video. Rafa, who is the early bird picker. I'm gonna put a link to his video down below. So he's gonna give you a more detailed example of how to check comps. But you can, when you search something on Facebook, let's say I have an LG microwave for sale. I can search LG microwave. You see, it's gonna give me a bunch of different options. There's a settings button right here. You press the settings button and you can scroll down to sold, and it will show you all the sold listings that microwave sold for. So you can see what your item sells for. So maybe, let's say you have a used box spring, you can search that and see what it sells for. You search restoration project nightstand or something and see what it sells for. Rafa details it really well in his video. That's why I don't want to talk about it too much. Actually, I want you guys to go click the link and watch it and see how it works. So you guys give him the love, because he actually is the one that found this idea, not me. So so if you guys want to see how to sell comps, definitely check out his video. Next one I have is called networking. Networking means just if you see somebody is buying from you, I usually ask, what is this going for, or something like that, just in case I can sell him more things in the future. So for example, I had somebody who was buying a beat up table from me, and I was like, why are you buying this? And he goes, my wife is into restoration work and this is good for her. I was like, well, here's my number. I'm gonna have a bunch of more of these probably in the future that I find in storage units. I'm pretty honest now. I tell him, hey, I buy storage units, is where this stuff comes from. So I told him, like, hey, take my number. I buy more things in the future. If you're looking for more, give me a text. I probably will have more, and since you're a returning customer, I will sell it to you at a discount rate. Same thing I did with audio systems. I had one guy who was buying audio systems, and he was selling them back to his country in Africa. Did the same thing with him. I gave him my number. Said, hey, if you ever need anything else, audio, electronics related, here's my number. I'll sell it to you for a discount. I've done this multiple accounts with people who are returning buyers. Don't be afraid to put your name out there like that as well, especially those of you who buy storage units and keep coming with more and more things to flip. That's a good way for you guys to do it. So don't forget to network. Here's an interesting one. Next tip, don't over post. Here's something I wish somebody told me when I first started. So apparently there's this thing called a Facebook jail, where Facebook can put you into and not have your postings being shown. Did you guys know that? I had no clue. So apparently if you post too much stuff locally on the marketplace or in groups, Facebook thinks you're a spammer and they pretty much put you in timeout. And when you click on your marketplace, you only see that your listing only got one view, and that view is from you. Now the interesting part is Facebook doesn't tell you that you're in timeout. You have to just figure this out by yourself. So when I first started posting, I was buying storage units and I was posting like 10, 20 items a day from my storage units. Chairs, tables, furniture, bikes, kids' toys, mirrors, art, vacuums, you name it. I was posting everything. And stuff was flying off. Like I couldn't post it in time, stuff was selling so fast. And then like 4 days into it, I just came to a halt. Because I remember it was with vacuums, because I would list vacuums for like 30, 40 bucks and they would sell them within an hour. And I remember one night I posted 2 vacuums. I woke up the next morning, I got no messages. And I was like, that's weird. I waited the whole day, I got no messages. I was like, what's going on? I clicked on my marketplace post and it had 1 view. And I was like, huh? And I saw the rest of my posts only had 1 view. So I started Googling and looking into it, and apparently if you post way too much, Facebook thinks you're a spammer and they do not let your post be seen by anybody. Yeah. So I still haven't figured out the magical formula on how it works and what's too much. But for me, what I do is I post 3 local things a day. That's my limit. I don't go over that just so I'm safe. So I post 3 local things every single day. Whether it be something small, big, doesn't matter. Appliances, furniture. I only post 3 things, and then every single day I post 3 more things. And I've been doing that for over a year. And I haven't gone to the marketplace jail ever since. So that's something you guys should be really aware of. Do not overpost, because Facebook will do that to you. Tip number 9, take down and repost. don't be afraid to take down and repost. Facebook gives you an option to renew, and I use it sometimes and it works and doesn't. But for me, if something's been up for a month and nobody bought it, I don't want to renew it because the odds are no one's gonna buy it at that price. So what I usually do is I take it down, I take the whole listing down, and I just switch the price and I repost. So if I had a couch for $100, I would list it to 75, I would list it to 50, just so I can move it. I would repost it and it usually sells. So then same thing, I do the same thing with Nextdoor, I do the same thing with OfferUp. I delete the post, I post it again for 50, half off, 25% off, and it usually sells. That's what I would do. Usually people renew and they hope something changes and people want to buy it. Yeah, usually it never works for me, so I always take it down and repost. And then the last tip is don't be afraid to let go. Not everything that you're gonna have is gonna sell. I know I kind of contradict earlier when I said everything sells. That's not what I mean by this. Sometimes just what you have, people are looking for. And don't be afraid to just say, you know what, I'm taking this to Goodwill, and just donate. That's my thing is here. Is if I post it, I post it for about a month to 2 months while I renew it. Then I take it down, I repost it at half off, I keep that up for a month. And then if it doesn't sell for that month, I take it down, take it to Goodwill and get it out of here. Just that simple. Not everything you have used to sell. And what I do with taking it to Goodwill is I clear up that space for something else to move. And I keep cycling through product that way. Because if I was just waiting for everything to sell, my warehouse would probably still be full of furniture that I'm waiting to sell. Just because not everything that you have is going to sell. Don't be afraid to let go. That's pretty much it. So those are my top 10 tips, guys. Cross post, join Facebook groups, make detailed posts, take good pictures, meet at a public space, check your comps. Don't be afraid to post everything. Check your comps. Don't overpost. Network. Take down and repost, and then don't be afraid to let go. Hopefully this was helpful to some of you, those of you guys who want to sell locally. Hopefully this was helpful to you. I'm gonna make another video on how to make a perfect post. Stay tuned for that one in the future. But from now, that is it from me, guys. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.